Welcome to ToV Live. It is Valhalla time. And it is time to do something that we don't usually do, which is paint. Or kind of prepare for painting. Hello everybody, welcome. Happy Wednesday night to you all. I'm Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla. And we're doing something a little bit unusual tonight. I'm not a YouTube painter. I'm not a YouTube miniature painter. I mean, I paint miniatures, but nowhere to the level like a Heroscape or others. Hey, Heroscaper, speak out of the devil. There he is. But since we are still a few days away from Renegade Con, and I don't have much material before that event this Friday, I just thought, I'll just take it easy for like a good little bit of time tonight, like about an hour or so, and just start priming some of the things that need to be primed. Actually, wait a second. I do have one thing actually that needs to be primed. This guy. So I'll probably work on him first. That'll probably be the only one I might do tonight. I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're going to do tonight and have some conversation. And if anybody wants to converse in the chat while I do it, why not? Otherwise, this is never going to get done. Because life is busy, and it took me like a long time just to get this guy primed, along with these. Hi, so let's get started with it. Oh, wait a second. I forgot one. Actually, no, I didn't forget. I have paper towels right there. What color am I painting the Hellforged, asked Heroscaper? I don't know. Probably something similar. Like I'll probably color coordinate the Hellforge with Iron Lich here and Wraith Riders. I don't think I want the I want the metal parts to be metal. Maybe a little glittery, I don't know. But like the parts that are usually orange, I might do something maybe a little bit more reddish, and then like some of like what are these, like the pipes and stuff, have maybe have like different colors for different modes. I don't know. I've seen some unique paints from people. So I mean, I'll have to get some study, but I want to be as detailed as possible for the machines of these. But for like say like the Hellforge, like center mouth, I want to have it like kind of reddish, maybe like a twinge of blue for like to show like red being hot and then blue being super hot. But that's as far as I'm thinking right now. Right now, it's just basically doing the priming and figuring that stuff out. But before I do get started, I saw something on Facebook that I thought might be interesting for you all to see. I can thank Tommy again for this. Tommy's usually posting these on Facebook, and then I'm like, oh, cool, I can talk about them. So here, I believe this is something that is true and accurate. If not, come Friday. If not, then oh well, I'm wrong. But here, hold on. Get this. Just gonna get this down here, and so this came from like apparently Hive Lord. It says Fluffy Tail dressed in green. We're supposed to reveal him at Renegade Con on Friday. There he is, tricky little guy. Keeps sneaking away. So this looks like a Vorid ninja. And so I believe this is just like a sneak preview of like a ninja or a thief. It's very green though. Very, very interesting creature there. So, and I think this is like a renegade, or I don't know if this was a renegade or if this was another AOA that they're just creating. But I guess we'll find out on Friday. But I just found that kind of interesting. The things that pop up on Facebook that Tommy Adams drops sometimes, Interesting things. Okay, let's get back to this. All right, so how I usually prime things. And before I prime, this certain Hellforge at the moment, and you see I have got fourth mass here too that I still need to paint. So if I have time, I might start painting like the rifle part of it, get some brown, paint the rifle part of the guys. But I'm going to focus on priming this guy at the moment. Here, I'm just like trying to charge my phone. It's not charging. It's a relatively older phone, so you have to like angle things in a certain way. Rooksaver says Mega Silver, who's Tommy, is the only reliable news outlet. Yeah, I'm perfectly honest. I'm not going to argue with that. That's that tends to be kind of the case here. All right. So I'm just gonna get some primer down on here. And oh, I also have, if I have time, I got like 3D print molds of some dividers. A good few squads worth of dividers that I might start priming tonight. We'll see how far we get. And somehow, like, the cough in my lungs is kind of returning too from my flu. I thought I was recovered, but then I'm like, so I'm like, gotta use a humidifier tonight to help get that out. Brooklyn's 11B, how are you doing tonight? I am just basically priming some stuff. Really, when it comes to like miniature war painting, I'm better at animating the stuff than I am painting the stuff. But I thought, since heck, we have still a little bit of time before Renegade Con, and I don't have much to do or for material, so I thought, okay, tonight I'm going to prime. Okay, so I'm going to prime some of these guys, and if my hands like back and forth, there's a reason, because I'm not used to doing this. But yeah, and Friday, what everybody's expecting on Friday, I think maybe to expect the unexpected, you know. I was like, I got the underside of these, because if I'm gonna paint like these bases brown, I'm gonna have to get the underside too, to get the underside part brown as well. Chill, man, can't wait for Renegade Con. Yeah, it should be a fun time. Just looking forward to what they are going to announce, the new stuff that they're going to announce. Okay, I'm gonna get a Wraith Rider up here and just heal him down. And get the underside of the bases of these guys. Let's see, Rooksaper says, I'm still looking forward to seeing what the new Hellhound does. Oh, yeah, that was on the, yep. Yep, I think we're getting some Renegade original stuff, so, I mean, we'll see what happens. Now, I think, like, if anybody's been, like, watching Slugger's channel, one of the things he says about, like the video, the 3 pillars of Heroscape, which, like, I kind of agree with him on. Hopefully I'll be able to get, like, Slugger on a ToV podcast sometime in the future. But the things he says about, like, you know, between like fantasy, sci-fi, and historical, and how historical really isn't represented too much in the new lines, and that's a cause for a concern. I mean, I don't know if I agree with him totally, but I think he's got a point. Because when it comes to a lot of these units, I mean, the historical stuff are definitely a lot of fun. It definitely gives you a, you know, a different way of looking at things, because if it was just sci-fi fantasy stuff, I mean, that's one thing, but when you're pulling like characters from history too, or armies or whatever from history, that just gives another level to things. So hopefully developers will find a way to even things out eventually. All right. Now, usually when I'm priming and painting, all right, now we're gonna tackle this guy. This might take a few times to do this, so I'm gonna just start with an initial coat. Usually it takes me 2 or 3 times to prime over these minis. But I think like priming your miniatures is really important. It's one thing actually Roguescaper told me to do. Priming them, and then when you're done painting them, adding a good wash over them. No matter what your paints look like, adding a wash just like enhances just everything. It makes everything look like 100% better. Excuse me. Like I've done some paints with like a Samuel Brown, because with Samuel Brown you got to paint him, and I figured that was my rite of passage to paint a Samuel Brown, and I did, and it's pretty good. I think it's the best paint I've done so far. And then I've also like painted some dwarves, because again, Roguescaper, he sent me some 3D prints of dwarves for axe grinders, and eventually I got to them and finished them, and they're not, I mean, they're not like art, but they do the job, and I felt pretty good doing them. So with these Isonex, I just felt like, I need to. I mean, I could ask for someone's help to get these Isonex painted, but or pay for someone to get them painted. But I just thought, what, the Isonex, I'm just gonna try and do stuff myself with them, and try and keep on improving my paint game for what time allows me to do that. Oh, another thing I want to do. Well, see, the underbelly of Iron Lich needs to be painted as well, but don't worry about that later. Now, one thing with priming is you never know what cracks you're going to miss, and you don't want to like over saturate your miniature with too much primer either, because you want to make sure that the details still are gonna stick out. Michael Meters, if I'm saying that right, so I recommend spray primer from Army Painter or Citadel. Cuts down a lot of time. Oh no, yeah, I totally agree with you, Michael. I totally agree with you. I mean, I just like using the brush. It's just a personal preference. Yeah, I understand. There's ways to spray it and make it a lot easier, but I just find that a brush just is kind of therapeutic. The times when I can do it. Let's see here, Joe. Hey there, Joe Crazy. Hey, you're painting. Let's go. I'm watching the credits for the new Captain America movie. I'll tune longer when I get home. Okay, Joe, that's fine. I mean, I don't know how long how long your drive is from the theater, but I mean, let's see here. Right now, I'm 22 minutes into the stream. I might go for another 40 minutes or so, depending. But I wasn't planning on going for very long, because like I said, it's like this Friday, and then after this Friday, like this following Sunday and next Wednesday, those are going to be some long streams. Those are because we'll have tons to talk about after that. So like this past Sunday and tonight, I'm just taking it as easy as I possibly can. Heroscape says, I use an airbrush. It's nice, if not prohibitively more expensive. Yeah, and that's the thing. And like, I'm also, that's another. You hit the nail on the head there, Josiah. I'm cheap. I might look young, but I'm a 42-year-old lad born in the 80s, early 80s, and I nickel and dime everything as much as possible. I am the cheapest skate you'll probably ever meet. Hey, skateboard, how's it going? I guess there's a party here. Yeah, we're just gathering tonight. We're talking about like a little bit about painting, a little bit about what's going to be happening on Friday. And everybody's just watching me just prime this thing with a brush. Although yes, spraying would be more, but see, if you don't use a brush with a primer, then you couldn't inhale all the fumes that I'm inhaling right now. And Hero Guy, cheap is the way to go. Yeah, you know, that's just how I grew up, you know. Oh, and everybody. I mean, look, there's some people on that got some great channels here that are currently viewing me, but definitely everybody. If you haven't subscribed to, well, definitely like Heroscape and Joe Crazy, but if you haven't subscribed to Skateboard and Hero Guy, please go to their channels, subscribe to them, give them some love, and watch the content. Both those guys got really good content. Skateboard has got like very interesting like information and really good editing on like custom Heroscape stuff. And then a Hero Guy is a painter as well, and does a much better job painting than I ever will. This is why I do not do painting videos, because I'm just not that good. I'm more of a novice who just enjoys the painting because it's relaxing. And okay, Michael's asking me, going with the traditional paint theme or custom? I'm probably going to do something more custom. I mean, it'll look like the traditional, but I'm just going to alter things a little bit just to give a little bit of identity to my own personal Isonex. Which means also that probably sometime down the line I'll probably have to get a few others, because if I ever use these for animating, I probably want to do like an original paint. So I'd probably get someone to paint them, paint those if I ever use any to animate. So let's see here. Okay, we got ourselves a crowd. Let's see here. A Skateboard saying it's not about the paint cost, it's who wields the paint that makes the difference. Exactly. And you don't want me to wield any paint. I might be good with my hands with stop motion, but painting, I'm definitely a student. That's why I watch all you guys' painting channels, to give me some tips. And I know like some tips I've learned, like obviously prime your stuff. Yeah, you're welcome, Hero Guy and Skateboard. Prime your stuff. Use bright colors, or as bright colors as possible, and apply a good wash. You know, that helps. So, and get really thin brushes too. Like here, where's my brushes? Where's my brushes? Where's my little brushes? Like, let me get these from Amazon, but wait a minute. Yep. Yeah, which one is this? Well, this one's a number 2. Thought I had them smaller. Yeah, this one. Oh, actually, it's the same thing. But yeah, see, you gotta get some really tiny brushes there. Let's see Okay. So this particular Hellforge, I think, is about as primed up as I want to put them. Like, I'm not trying to get everything at the moment, because I'll put on another layer to fill in the cracks and such. But I think right now, yeah, all right. Yeah, right. So I'm going to put them aside here for the moment. And then I'm going to get Iron Lich's underside here, because probably going to paint the underside brown too. You know? And I mean, when it comes to Isonex, there's a possibility that I'd be using these Isonex for like tournaments and stuff, competitive stuff. So, I mean, yeah, I want to paint them to make sure they have their like own identity and such. All right, here's dividers. Okay, I got to give these dividers their own plate here. This table's a mess, by the way. All right, and you should never go home without a ladder. Okay. All right, and I don't know if you can see it. Part of my ostomy, if you saw that, I keep my shirt covered and life. Oh, and I'm gonna remove my microphone right there so my voice picks up more. But yeah, well, I tell you, the one unit I'm looking forward to is Zed Nesbit, or is it Ned Zesbit? I don't know. But I am looking forward to see what the special abilities are about. I just have this thing about the possibility of being able to use the Airborne Elite again in some capacity would be really fun. But we'll see. We'll see what it can do. Although I know my chances of that probably are probably fairly slim. But it would be really cool if there was some type of rule to where you could bring like a soldier type, you know, unit or squad into the battlefield fairly easy using Zed Nesbit. That would be cool, because that would bring the Airborne Elite back up to like a competitive playing status, and that would just be awesome. But I mean, because they're everywhere. You can get Airborne Elite from anybody, everything. I've got multiple minis of them. Let's see your skateboard. If your table's not messy, then you ain't painting right. Well, thank you. I try my best to do what I can. Although I'll be perfectly honest. Like, say these fourth mass here, they're standing here. They've been standing here with like that for like since last year, like early last year. All right. Rick Saber says, I'm so curious, excited to see Board Heroes paint job too. Yeah, Board Heroes, right. We could on our like, we're gonna have a reaction stream on Friday, so probably start that stream around like 12:30 Eastern, about a half hour before the first Renegade Con stream starts. And Board Heroes should be joining us on the panel for that reaction stream. So it'd be great to meet him, because he's someone who's yet to join us on a panel. And I know he's a good artist. He's got really good craft building skills and such. So yeah, it'll be a ton of fun. I mean, there's a lot of you guys out there just like starting to make videos and just pop out of the woodwork. And it's something that for me, I mean, I started this YouTube channel now like 10 years and a few days ago. And then before that, I was like in pre-production of season 1 for a good portion of a year before I even started a YouTube channel. And I've just been figuring out, you know, what to do with it ever since. And it wasn't until like the last 5 or 6 years that like you guys just started popping up, like saw Joe Crazy, and then, you know, befriended him. I mean, Sir Heroscape has been around almost as long as I have. And yeah, it's incredible because, I mean, you get to feel that sense of community, at least when it comes to content creators and such, content creators and audience, because, you know, there's some people who just enjoy playing the game and they don't want to worry about any of that video stuff, which is just fine. Believe it or not, I'm a very shy person in public, or in my younger life I was a lot shyer than I probably am now. I love these. Now these 3D prints came from Trexie. And I gotta give a shout out to Nobleman Nick too, in his YouTube channel, because his YouTube channel had a contest, and apparently I won it. And I'm like, dude, it's like, you know, if you want to select someone else, it's fine. I mean, because I feel kind of bad, you know, that I won this and someone else could. He's like, no, man, it's fine. He's like, it's just Trexie 3D stuff. What do you want? I'm like, well, I could use some Maro dividers, you know, because I already have, actually, some of my best paints is like I had 3D printed, like a squad of 3D printed Maro dividers. I think that was another little bit that Roguescaper gave me, and I painted them actually really, really good. So I'm like, I know I can like paint Maro dividers very well, and then just base them, and there you go, because they're so darn expensive, the actual squads. So I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna a few more squads of these, so eventually I can start playing them and figuring out how they work. Running out of primer, which is good. Roguescaper says, I envy those who can just play the game, in parentheses, without feeling the need to make something out of it. Well, at the same time, currently, nobody stop motion animates them but me either. So, I mean, it's like the addition of painting them, purchasing them, playing with them, filming yourself playing with them. I tack on like, I think I can make those guys move and blow up things. Yeah. And I mean, I guess that is like my confession, really, is the fact that, I mean, a lot of you guys are like gamers through and through. And it's not that I'm not a gamer, but I'm definitely more storyteller than gamer. I mean, I've studied film as much as I can. I went to broadcasting school like a long time ago for like video broadcasting, because film school was way too expensive. and then I'm just like, okay, what can I do? I've mentioned this before, but I was on the set of a made for video film, which was a horror film, and it was a fun week. But I'm just like, okay, I got to figure out what to do myself, and I always knew about Heroscape, reviewed Heroscape, played Heroscape for my friend Jason a long time ago, and we reviewed a lot of games way back when, from like between like 2004 and 2010. A lot of tabletop games, and Heroscape was always considered the best one out of all of them, and just came with the idea like, hey, I just animate these guys. Let's see, Rook Saber says, yeah, you're like, yeah, this will just take a couple of years. You're not too far from the truth. There's just that. Yeah, Michael's saying, love that Sergeant Drake paint. Yeah, Heroscaper, he is really good. He is really good with the painting. But yeah, when it comes to like stop motion animation, I mean, it's like for anything, like for like, and now I'm getting to filmmaking mode here, which is a far cry from miniature wargaming. But when it comes to like planning films, even like stop motion films, like even some of the like big ones, like Nightmare Before Christmas, any of these ones done by Aardman Entertainment, like Chicken Run and such, that takes a long time to plan, to concept, to script, and then to just animate. It takes a ton of time. And you gotta prepare everything. You gotta think of everything in advance. The story, the jokes, how you're gonna do things. Now sometimes in animation, like when I animate with Heroscape stuff, sometimes the story kind of writes itself. I mean, I have stuff, you know, on a script, but sometimes things just happen while you're animating, like, wait a minute, I think this miniature actually is probably gonna do this. And then you alter it slightly because something else makes more sense. But you gotta really pay attention to making sure everything is done right. But yeah, these like Mar dividers, they were fun to paint. So look forward to painting these eventually. Excuse me. And so Joe Crazy, I think Joe Crazy said that he was watching Captain America. I wonder what his thoughts were on that. I've heard mixed reviews. I've heard some people say, "Oh yeah, dope." I've heard other people say, I mean, ever since Endgame, I haven't really watched much, and I still need to watch the newest Spider-Man. Was it Spider-Man No Way Home? I know that I've heard from people is good. And I actually started watching like the first 30 minutes of it, and then I didn't get back to watching it again. I'm so behind in watching things, guys. Again, it's like filmmaker, storyteller, and I'm not even watching stuff because it just takes time. I mean, this is what happens when you have like when you're married and you have a child that you got to raise. Like all your time is just taken up. And so, I mean, any of my free time is really devoted to the channel, really, and then anything else like that goes with it. Okay, anything else? Oh, okay, they're done. They're done. All right, now what do I do? Where are we at? 42 minutes. Okay. I think because I have like from this 3D printer behind me here, this Ender 3, I did print like some like rock monsters, some fire elementals that I don't know if I want to prime right now, or should I move on to where I just put some brown on these fourth mass. Like brown on the... Wait, is it brown? Yeah, brown on the musket for fourth mass. What do you guys think? But more look at fourth mass, I'm just like, Okay. Fourth mass is actually complicated paint. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to take said fire elementals and just prime them too. There's not many here. And I need to use up, I still have some primer left. Okay, Heroscape votes for fourth mass. Okay, I'll do that. I'm just going to use up the rest of the primer that I have currently in this thing here. And then I will get some brown out. Oh, and speaking of Nobleman Nick, like he sent me like a while ago, or it was, no, it's not Nobleman Nick. It was oh my goodness. Trying to remember names. I know too much of you guys. There's too many of you guys right now. Now I'm forgetting names. And he's totally gonna kill me that I remember his name, but Paul. Sent me like a bunch of miniatures like I think over a year ago or so. And he's like they're like broken in pieces or whatever, you know, some have their arms chopped off, and I'm like, and because I can use all that stuff really. All right. So he sent me a lot of miniatures that like this fourth mass here without arms. And I think I did an unboxing with these a long time ago. So I might do something with them special in later animation events. Oy. Okay. Now I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take me a pint here, and I'm gonna get out some paints. Get out my Craft line of paints here. They probably need to be shaken up. Let's see, I need something that is brown. There. Usually I would use acrylic paints on some stuff, but for these fourth mass, I guess I'll try and do the special paints. I need a drink of something. What's the time? 10:02. Okay. So I'll probably go until like 10:30 maybe. Here, let me go. Smaller thing here. No, I really got to shake this thing. And I don't have an electronic paint shaker, so I've got to use the old wrist. And not with this arm. Because this arm, I got like a, what is it? Like tendonitis or something along the side here, to where there's this, I could just be moving my arm just in a normal position. All of a sudden I'd feel pain right there. Actually seeing a physical therapist for that too. Crazy. All right. Let me see. Will this come out okay? It's probably clogged. So I need to do is find the declogger, which is a needle that I have. This isn't the first time that happened, because I spend so much time not painting that the stuff I paint with, or these models, clog. So let me get, let's see here. Yeah, there we are. All right. Just gonna take a little bit. Okay, you fourth mass you. Careful not to stab myself with the needle. All right. I don't know if you all can see this. I know I don't have like a magnifying, let me put it, a magnifying camera for this. But I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, and I was like, and if you all want to see photos of like the Samuel Brown that I painted, I should have photos of that in the Tales of How Discord, like under like painted miniatures or something. There's an area for that, and I thought I did a pretty darn good job with the Samuel Brown. I think there was just a point to where I had time, and once you start, this is one thing too, I went on like a painting like binge, to where once I started painting, it was actually hard to stop, and I just ended up painting just a bunch of stuff. Oh, and by the way, I figured out how to get like skin tone for like lighter or darker skin tone. Really easy to figure out. You take brown paint and then you add white to it, and depending on what, if you want lighter or darker skin tone, depends on the volume of what white or brown paint you use. It's like chemistry, you know? It's incredible. It's amazing. Okay. I know, like sometime down the line, even though I'm painting this all brown, like I'll have to like there's some like probably like rings of metal that I'll put like a little bit of metal highlights for like these these areas here, but right now I'm just going to get it as brown as I can. Move on to the other ones. Oop. I don't want brown to stick. Okay. On to the next one. And this, that musket got kind of bent somehow. I don't know. Excuse me. Yeah, I gotta sleep tonight with a humidifier on, because not having one for like the last few nights, or not putting one on the last few nights, it's just my lungs have been regressing back into flu mode. That's not good. So I want to be able to speak come Friday when we're doing the React stream. Whoa. This is a little hard to see here. And I think for y'all, I don't know if it helps that I'm left-handed or not. Oh, actually, it probably helps that I am left-handed, because if I were holding it with my right hand, or holding it with my left hand and painting with my right, then you probably wouldn't be able to see it as good as you see it right now. But these fourth masks that I'm painting, I don't think they're going to be an extravagant paint by me. They're just they'll just be simple. Simple, good, proxy painted minis. Okay, get this one down here. Excuse me. Here a guy says, Sunkissed Peach from Apple Barrel is an almost perfect occasion skin tone I found. So, is Apple Barrel a brand? Like a painting brand? I've never heard of it before. Let's see here. Heroscape says, I had to rearrange my whole layout because I paint right-handed here. Yeah, I mean, actually, as a lefty, there's some things that I do right-handed. But this ain't one of them. Like when it comes to like swinging a baseball bat, I do that right-handed. I still throw with my left, but yeah, Apple Barrel is the cheapest stuff from Walmart. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I think I've seen that actually. Now that you mention it, I think I have seen that at Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, well, I go even cheaper. I just like find like the bottle of brown and the bottle of white I have, and be like, okay, just mix them together and see, is it lighter, is it darker, and okay, that works. thing is, I don't think I'm going to use all the brown I have here. I only got a little bit, but for some of these you only need a little bit. You gotta paint the inside of things, you know. Even though no one's ever gonna see it, you see it, you know it. All right. Last one out. And you know, one thing too. This is another reason why I don't paint on streams either, because I'm like leaning over, and you like, again, 40 plus years, it's like you lean over in this position and everything starts hurting after a while. Everything starts hurting. I mean, usually I don't paint in this position. Usually I'm painting, I'm just going like this with, you know, I have it right in front of my face, leaning back or whatever. But since I'm trying to keep this in the camera, I am leaning forward a little bit, and the old back starts hurting. Well, at least I could do a little bit of painting tonight, even though it's like using only one color. I tend to do my best painting when I'm not being watched. Because usually maybe like when I'm painting, and the fun thing with painting is that like you just sit down, get out some paints, think through what you're gonna do, and then be like listening to like music or a podcast or something, and just you know, I'd say just listen to something, be engrossed in something, yet still, you know, apply paints to whatever you're doing. Here, guy says, painting comfortably and keeping the model well in frame do not go hand in hand, I found, especially with small details. Yes. Yes, this is, yeah. That's why I'm, if you're looking for a YouTuber painter, I am definitely not your man. All right. Here, I just want to see one thing. Okay. Kind of brown, but not really. See, I don't think that would work. Okay. I gotta find something else, because I think I've gotten the muskets. I painted them brown. Maybe actually there's like, I got these Proxy Buccaneers of Tortuga. Maybe there's something on these that I could paint brown for just laughs. Maybe some of their hats. I don't know. Have some fun with these. Yeah, I'm just looking at them real quick, seeing if I can find something that I could just paint brown on them. Yeah, maybe some hats. Like especially this one. I think this hat could be a good brown. Although even like it's gonna take a while to get through this brown. And this is one thing that actually takes a good amount of time, is figuring out like even if you just like realize, okay, for this paint I only need like this little bit of paint, you end up still getting out too much. And you gotta think, okay, what else can I use this paint for so I don't waste it? And actually, I think this brown, personally, I think is too light. I probably put like something dark in it just to make it a little bit darker. Either that, or if you're painting like brown on like a costume or something for somebody, then you got to make sure their skin tone is going to be lighter than the brown that you use to paint with whatever piece of clothing they have. All right. I think I'll run out of hats actually. Gotta find something else that I can use to paint brown with. What else do I have here? Well, I got some. Actually, wait a second. That's what I can use. Possibly. I might have some zombies here that have like, let's see here. Clubs, yep. Okay. Got zombies that I can use to paint their clubs brown. So I'm gonna do that. Because these are also zombies that Josiah sent me a long time ago that I still have yet to paint. I'm sorry, Josiah. At least I have them primed. So yeah, I definitely can use the brown for the batons that some of these zombies have. Let's see here. What's the skateboard saying? The Vallejo primer. How does it affect the texture after priming a figure? Does it give it a matte feel? Well, I don't know about matte feel, but you can still see like the details of the sculpt after priming it. Like, see, there's Iron Lich, primed. I know it's tough to see, but primed. And you can still see all the details within it, so it doesn't take away from that. Val primer is a bit glossy afterwards. It is glossy, but it's okay. Let's see here, a guy says, I made a homemade wet palette to avoid that issue. It keeps the paint wet for as long as it doesn't get moldy. Just requires Tupperware paper towel and parchment paper. Ah, okay. I see that. Yeah, it's tough for me to keep anything like that in the house because I got 2 cats and a 6-year-old, and they're gonna get their hands and paws on anything. So it's tough. I mean, as long as I have other miniatures I can use to paint stuff on, then I'm good with that. But here we go. All right, I should be able to use this up though now. Since I got the zombies. Oh, we got these zombies. I have a fascination with zombies, apparently. Although I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'm running out of room. Here. Nope. Here's a dilemma. How am I going to lay him down? Worry about that in a second. See here. Skateboard says nice. Currently use Army Painter, rattle can, spray primer. I feel some of my figures lose details such as pockets and facial recognition. Yeah, no, I mean this. Excuse me. This primer works pretty good, and it's pretty cheap, like on Amazon, or I'm sure if you get it through the company too. Bottle's fairly cheap to get. That's why I get it. Kind of like that, maybe. How to set these guys down. Yeah, but okay, one question I was going to ask, what was it here? Heroscape says Pro Acrylic Primer is what I've been using. It's really matte and comes on so nice. You know, okay, since some of you guys here are painters here on the stream, I know sometime, I'm going to try sometime this year to do a ToV podcast where we're talking about basically the joys of painting. Have Roguescaper on, but I want to bring in like other content creator painters as well, just to discuss, you know, the miniature painting and the Heroscape miniature painting, and just have discussions about it, the pros, the cons, what to do, you know, what to do as a beginner, what to do as someone who's like maybe just painted Warhammer and now wants to, you know, do Heroscape stuff, you know, stuff like that. I think that would be a good podcast to have, good discussion to have. And I probably wouldn't be saying much anything other than just asking questions, which is just fine. And I think I want to do that type of podcast as well, just have in the title, you know, the joys of painting Heroscape, just a huge knockoff, you know. I think I'd be able to get away with it. Roguescaper said, I've been wanting to talk about that stuff on TV for so long. I know, Roguescaper, I know. But we're going to try and get to it this year. Because I think it's something that is important. Is very, very important. And it's like, and I think for me as well, it's like C3V. Hey, Joe Crazy. He's back from his drive. Good. Well, let's see here. What? Oh, wow. Well, I am actually going to be going in not too long. I still haven't used all my brown, because I do need to go to bed. It's a brave day for me. Oh, here's one of the here's one of the fourth mass arms. They've lost his arm. Oh, that's too funny. What was I saying anyway? I forget. Just base coating the whole collection, eh? Well, you know, some of them. I'm trying to use up my brown, because I was painting like the fourth mass muskets just to close out for tonight, and I still got brown left over, so now I'm painting like the batons of certain zombies, and we were discussing how we need to do a painting podcast, a ToV podcast sometime on the joys of painting this year. Yeah, so I was going to end with that. We're definitely going to plan that this year. All right. I hope I don't lose my voice now. Let's see. I'm looking. Okay, there's one. Probably using them all up here. I need more. Well, there's one that came from my 3D printer. I'm looking. I think that's all I currently have. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I need to take some medicine and go to bed. Because at this rate, by Friday, I'm not going to be able to talk at all. Let's see here. Where are we at? Roguescaper, it used to be in an army, but now it's just in a what? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Roguescaper made a funny. He made a funny. An arm E. Now it's just a E. Yeah, got it. Here, guy says, I'd be happy to offer a noob's perspective. Anyone interested in that sort of thing? The only reason I started my channel is the videos I was looking for didn't exist yet, for the most part. Yeah, well, I think that's why a lot of us make our channels, dude. Joker says, nobody gaslight me, but Ryan, do you have a mustache? I feel like I just talked to you and it didn't have it. Roguescaper, Ryan always had a mustache. Actually, no, I haven't. Roguescaper. I had a mustache when I started ToV 10 some years ago, and just recently, now they're gonna fight about it. Just in the last like week and a half, I started growing more of the facial hair because, well, let me also, gaslighting isn't even a real thing. Okay, let's just say that my wife told me she likes me with the more facial hair here, and actually she told me like not to shave this or not to shave the hair that's growing on my neck either. I don't know, but when she says that's what she wants, then that's what she's gonna get. So now all my razors are useless. So I could be quite possibly like working myself on growing a beard. That would be, well, I think near impossible, but you know, we'll see. We'll see how the hair grows. Ryan with a full beard would be crazy. Also probably impossible, Joe. Because yeah, I don't know if it ever all grow completely out, but we'll see. Can you be? Yeah, that man sports the beard. My goodness, that man should never shave either. Otherwise, nobody would recognize who he is. They'd hear his voice and be like, "Oh, where is that? Is that Ken? Where's Ken? Why is the voice of Ken coming from this stranger?" Here, guy, neck beards unite. Yeah. Yeah. The neck beards. Okay. Well, I used about as much of the brown as I think I can use in this. This here. This is probably already dried. Ooh, it's looking actually pretty good. Let's see if there's any spots I missed here. Because it really stinks when you like paint something with a limited amount of paint that only requires a little bit, and then you miss a spot to where you got to get out the paint all over again, and then go through that whole process all over again. Yeah, no, I did good. I did good with most of it. I'm just gonna touch up on this, but their muskets look pretty good. See, and I hear, oops, oh, someone's trying to spam me on my Twitch. See, Joe Crazy. So this is all I'm rooting for now. The neckbeards sound like a unique squad. Actually, that would be a fun. That would be a fun a skateboard. That would be a fun dwarf squad. Call them neckbeards. Hey, Jason! I've been hiding in the background listening for the past hour, but I have to head out to bed. I'll talk to you with you guys this weekend. Okay, Jason. Glad that you could lurk around a little bit. Have a good night. I'm about to sign off anyway. And then I don't know if you can join us on Friday, Jason, but we will be streaming on Friday, as you already probably know. But if not, then definitely see you this coming Sunday. I'm sure we'll have tons to talk about. There would be a historical squad too. Okay. Okay, Joe. All right. Let me just look at this last one. And some brown. All right. I think we'll call that work somewhat done. And there might be some time in the sometime maybe since I got such it's amazing the audience I got from this. I wasn't expecting too many people would be like interested in seeing me paint, because I don't do it. Jay says, I think I can make the Friday stream work. All right, cool. That'll be good to see. I mean, either one or both, work. Heroscape says, good night. There's a small chance I'll be there on Friday, depending on the weather. Okay, it's all good. I think we'll have a good crowd, regardless, on Friday and Sunday too. So yeah. But I guess if I'm a little bit honest, there might be some time in the future that I might end up maybe painting a little bit again. But like I said, it would be a relatively short stream, just because I don't paint while streaming. I mean, actually, there might be a time to where just like I might paint a little bit and then show off things that I've painted, not while not streaming or not recording myself, and then go from there. I mean, whenever there's free time, because I mean, we'll have after this Renegade Con 2 more Renegade Cons this year, so there might be times to where I have nothing else to do. We'll see. But yeah, so I will shut down for the night. Like I said, my goodness, actually, wait, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to. I have to make sure. I got a report. It's funny. Like you're reporting on Twitch. They're like, "Why are you submitting the report?" And they give you a bunch of reasons, which was probably valid reasons, but and for me, it's spam, scams, or bots. But they also have terrorism, nudity or sexually explicit, hateful conduct, bullying, harassment, violence or gore, self-harm. It's just spam. Spam. Timestamp. Where are we at with time? I can't even see the timestamp. So. Okay. And yes, block them and done. Okay. Gotta get those bots. All right. So with that, I will bid you all a good night. Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there, everybody. We have a lot to look forward to come Friday. And again, when it comes to the streaming, around 12:30 p.m. This Friday, we'll start streaming a little bit early before the Renegade Con starts up for a live react. I'm going to spin the wheel for a giveaway from our 10-year anniversary stream. And if you want to be entered in that, just go to the 10-year anniversary stream. Should be popping up somewhere on the YouTube channel, and just leave a comment there and you'll be entered in. Still got some time for that, and yeah, look all the information for that. But until that time, I am going to leave you all now, and we'll see you Friday before my voice totally gives away. You have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all you all later. My it's just there's like, was it Heroscape Brooklyn's 11B, Michael, Joe Crazy Skateboard Hero Guy, like so many people. Hero Guy says good night, y'all. Yep, thanks for stream. Always fun hang out for sure. Had to do something. All right, you all take care now. Bye bye.